Hey guys, welcome to the penultimate walkthrough of 8.2. We're at 8.2.5 with the weapon node here, beginning with Aegon. I would say that this path is by far the easiest one. If you've got good mutant champs, you've got Kitty Pryde, you've got Bishop, you've got Sauron, you've got Toad, all of these good counters who have prowess. The reason for this is because the weapon node on here is Micro Stinger. So if you activate, when the defender activates a special attack, a non-stacking prowess passive sting, a non-stacking passive power sting is activated. You can see it was just on me. This you get 150% direct damage if you activate a special attack while this is on you. However, if you knock to disarm this, you need to do a wall knockdown. So you need to put the defender against the wall and then knock them down. That disarms it on you, and then to capture it, you need to do a heavy knockdown. So they're the disarms, the captures, and the weapons. There are two other nodes. They're aggressive, so there's more heavy attacks and more dash attacks. So the defender just naturally plays more aggressive. And then loose cannon, where there is a protection passive of 90%. All damage is removed by 90%, and that is removed when the defender finishes a special attack. So the way this sort of works is that you want them to throw a special attack to remove that power sting, and then, to remove that protection, then put the power sting on them, and then get them to throw another special attack, and then that does the big amount of damage. So the way I did this was I put the defender against the wall. I then threw a special attack to disarm the weapon on the defender. That then put it into cooldown for 20 seconds. Then to capture it, I then parry heavied against the wall to capture the node, and then by then I'd given them about a bar of power, so then they threw a special attack to get rid of their passive prowess. Then I threw another special attack to get the power sting on them and give them a bar of power, and then they threw their special attack, as you can see right on screen there, and took the big amount of damage. The reason here that you want to have mutant champions or champions with prowess is because the amount of damage that the passive power sting does is only 150%. So of your sort of attack. So the way to increase this is that for every prowess that you have on you as the attacker, there's an increased potency of 200% and a 2-second duration for each prowess. So the Micro Stinger will last for 2 seconds longer per prowess that you have on. So this goes up to 200%. So 10 prowesses is the most you can increase it by. That increases the power sting damage by 2,000%, meaning that if you have 10 prowesses, you'll do a massive amount of damage per special attack that the opposing champ throws while they have their protection off. So that's really what we want to do here. Good champions for this are champions like Kitty Pryde, Professor X. Professor X is the main one because you can obviously keep those prowesses on even when you throw special attacks by sort of refreshing them with the channeling. Obviously, Kitty Pryde loses her prowesses when you throw a special attack, so to then build up to say 8 or 9 takes quite a long time to get that sort of increased potency on the power sting, whereas Professor X is able to keep his. So champs that keep their prowesses after they throw special attacks are really useful. Apocalypse can work well with this. As I said, Professor X is probably the best one. He also is able to fight against Stealth Spidey, because obviously Stealth Spidey evades. And then you've also got another evader who I cannot remember. Agent Venom with the Purification, if you've got that Quicksilver synergy. So he's really the golden ticket here. Professor X is somebody who definitely sort of the best counter. But champs like Kitty Pryde, Bishop, Apocalypse, Sauron, Toad, like really any mutant champ with prowess on. So you've also got Havoc can get some prowesses. Even Storm would be really good with this because she gets a ton of prowesses. So she's probably another really good counter. She also puts the passive stun on, so she works in a similar way to Professor X. I would say that those two are probably the best counters for this path. I would say it's a relatively easy path once you get the hang of it. You've just got to make sure that that protection is off when they you put the power sting on, so that you're not sort of wasting a power sting on a champion who's not taking the full amount of damage. Like I said, mutant champs are sort of the goal here, because of the paralysis, but you are able to use other champs if you feel necessary, or you feel like they're the only ones you've got, because they will still do 150% of their damage as with the power sting, but you've just got to really make sure that protection is off. As you can see here, chaining all of these special attacks with Professor X for me here was really, really good, because it meant I could build up to like six prowesses, and then I was able to do a massive amount of damage with that power sting that I had just put on Agent Venom. So yeah, Professor X is definitely the one you want to be using here. That's basically all I have to say about the path. There's a lot of champs who can use a lot of the mutant champs are good champs. Just make sure you try and bring in somebody for this Agent Venom, because he is a little bit annoying, and the Stealth Spidey, and then really you've not got anything to worry about. Aegon is an easy fight. I believe it could be, I'm not sure if it's Immortal Hulk or somebody similar to him. Who else is on this path? So there's not actually anyone who's majorly tricky on here. You've just got to make sure that you've got that protection off. So thank you guys for watching this little intro of the path. We'll get onto the boss fight now. Remember, it's just mutant champs who have prowesses that make this path a whole lot easier, and just to get the hang of it. So if you have to go in and practice a couple times, then don't feel bad for doing so. So we're going to jump into the Penny Parker boss, as she is the easiest boss on this path, and speak about her a bit further on. So I'm going to leave you guys with these fights now. They'll all be sped up, so that if you don't need to see them, then obviously you're more than welcome to skip them and get to the boss. But I'll see you guys there. So we're now at the boss fight, the Penny Parker boss fight. This one is it's tricky because it's probably the easiest boss if you've got a Gallon or a Hulkling, or even Gore or Hercules. All of those work. Probably I would highly recommend Hulkling or Gallon because of the nodes that are also on here. But if you maybe don't find this one as well, and you've got a Rintra or a Hood or somebody, or a long shot, somebody who is able to nullify and fate seal buffs, then the Cersei is probably a little bit easier if you're used to fighting her. But for me, the Penny Parker was the easiest because I have a Gallon, and he really is able to solo this fight relatively easily. So yeah, it's tricky to say which is the easiest. I would say this one because I've got Penny Parker, because I've got Gallon and a Hulkling. But if you haven't, then do definitely look up the other bosses and see if you've got anyone who counter them easier. But I might try and put out a recording of just every boss fight, just to help you guys out if you're struggling with that. So what nodes does this Penny Parker have? First of all, it's Penny Parker, so we all know how to the tricky bit she has, the hitting into the block, the power burns, all of that stuff. So just really be aware of that. And the heal block. So what nodes does she have? She's got Backboard Brawler. When her back is against the wall, she gains a Fury and passive armor every 3 seconds, increasing her armor obviously, and increasing the attack that she can do. She's also got Pumping Iron, so 60%. You do 60% less damage to Penny if you've got no buffs. For every buff that you do have, this decreases by 20%. So you need 3 buffs. They can either be unique or of the same. So you can have, see Gallons here, you can have 3 Pierces as Hulkling. As Gore, you can obviously have the Shadow Magic buffs. They count. You just need to have 3 of the same buffs, and then it's not too big an issue. She's also got Foresights. This is a more benefit to you as the attacker. Every time you intercept Penny Parker, you get a Fury for increasing your attack by 200% for 5 seconds. And then finally a Mighty Charge, which is a little bit more annoying. So it's whenever she dashes forwards, you get that little the little horse chess emoji. I can't think what it's called now. I don't know if it's a rook or a knight. And it purifies all debuffs on them, on her. So if you've got a champ like, say, Gore, who he's a little bit more tricky to use because obviously building up his buffs will be a bit more annoying because she will purify them every time she dashes forward. So Gallon really is the best one because she gets that passive armor and Fury while she's against the wall, so that builds up his harvest much quicker. So I would highly recommend him or Hulkling, of course. If not, do look at the other bosses because they might be a little bit easier, but you should be able to build up planetary mass with Gallon very easy because of those armors, because of the hitting into Penny Parker and being immune to the power burn. There's so many things that help. So I would highly recommend one of those two to go into this fight with. That is all of the nodes on Penny. If you guys have enjoyed this video, please leave it a like and please do subscribe. If you're new around here, I'd really appreciate it. Any sort of support on these videos. If you comment and got any questions, then I'll definitely get to answering those, as I really love interacting with you guys. So yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. I'll leave you with the rest of this fight, as it probably won't go on for much longer. And then at the end of this video, we've got a 6-star crystal from our the 3k or 6k 6-star shards you get, and we get a pretty good champ in it. So I'd maybe stick around for that one at the end of this fight. Thank you guys for watching. I will see you in tomorrow's video. Goodbye.